15 teens you won't believe actually exist. Elizani Silvia. Elizani Silvia is the tallest teenage girl in the world. The Brazilian girl has a form of giganticism caused by a tumor on her pituitary gland which regulates growth. At just 17, Elizani measures an unbelievable 6'4", 8 inches in height. She has to bend down to kiss her just 5'4" boyfriend. Her boyfriend supports her as she gets ridiculed by people all around her that stare and point whenever she is near. Doctors have removed the tumor, but she will always remain the very tall height she has grown to be. Ali Hussein Khan. This teenager from India looks like an old man, but he is in fact just 14 years old. The unusual condition that turned the teen into an old man has already claimed the lives of his siblings. The children all suffer from a disease that is genetic, known as porphyria. Porphyria manifests itself in a number of ways, including premature aging. Most patients with this disease die before reaching the age of 15, as his brother and sister both did. His only hope is that researchers can find a way to treat his condition before it's too late. Narendra Kumar. India's Narendra Kumar found himself losing weight rapidly, throwing up and complaining of severe cramps in his swiftly protruding belly. An in-depth medical examination found that Kumar's unborn twin had been living inside of him for 18 years. His condition is extremely rare, and only around 200 cases are reported worldwide. During his mother's early stages of pregnancy, one fetus entered the other through their umbilical cord and effectively became a parasite, living off the other's twin body. During a stressful 4-hour procedure, doctors managed to remove a malformed fetus that weighed around 5 pounds, consisting of a poorly developed head, bone, teeth, and a huge chunk of thick hair. Marnie Harvey. 16-year-old Marnie Harvey from the UK cries blood. Yes, you heard me right, she cries blood. It originally started in 2013 when she coughed up blood, but over time it has developed into something far worse. She just spontaneously bleeds from her nose, ears, eyes, and even her fingernails. The bleeding can randomly happen up to 5 times a day. Marnie has gone through a wide variety of medical tests over the years, but everything has come back clear, leading doctors to be truly baffled by this condition. After the bleeding has stopped, she is left with horrible migraine headaches as a result, and she has had to drop out of college. Fake teen mum. A 16-year-old teenager from Michigan faked being pregnant for 9 whole months, convincing her boyfriend, family, and friends that she was carrying triplets. The young girl's family and friends raised thousands upon thousands of dollars in gifts and cash for the mum-to-be. The anonymous girl pulled off this great deception with the wonderfully named fakerbaby.com, which is a website that sells fake pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and even fake bellies. The teen even named all 3 of the fake triplets and held a fake baby shower for herself. Her family and friends finally thought something was a little off when the teenager didn't allow anyone to come to her doctor appointments. Then, the day before her supposed C-section surgery, she claimed she had actually lost the 3 babies, but refused to see a doctor. After that happened, her boyfriend's aunt and uncle called the police and uncovered the entire fake baby hoax to all of the teenager's family and friends. Ellen Litzau. This 17-year-old teenager named Ellen Litzau wanted to be popular in school so much that she almost killed herself. Ellen suffers from anorexia, and at the height of her battle, she wouldn't even let a drop of water touch her lips. At her worst, she weighed a scary 75 pounds. Her hair even began to fall out. She also began to lose circulation in her fingers and toes. After fasting for a week, Ellen had a seizure and collapsed because she attempted to drink a glass of water. Doctors were stunned that Ellen was even still alive, as they all said she was on the brink of death. Now 19 years old, Ellen has changed her life for the better and follows a healthy, environmentally friendly, compassionate, high-carb, low-fat, vegan diet. She is also hoping to help others suffering from a similar condition by telling her story to the world. Georgia Green. Dubbed the real-life sleeping beauty, Australia's Georgia Green suffers from a bizarre and extremely strange condition. This neurological sleep disorder, called Klein-Levin syndrome, has caused her to fall asleep for up to 10 days at a time. Her sleep episodes began at around the age of 15, with no apparent explanation, and it seems to be getting progressively worse over time. She has gone through almost every scan, test and medical trial possible, but doctors still haven't found anything conclusive. Georgia knows when one of her long sleeps is coming because her brain begins to feel foggy, and she sometimes describes it as feeling drunk. Zabir Lahodi. This Moroccan teenager suffers from a malformation on the side of his face, which is caused by veins that are abnormally formed and extremely dilated. Zabir has a passion for BMX and loves doing tricks, but doctors have warned him that if he ever fell on his bike and hit the growth on his face, it could pop the blood vessels and cause him to effectively drown in his own blood. As his face got bigger and bigger, simple tasks like breathing and eating became a real struggle. Luckily, a non-profit paid for Zabir to travel all the way to the United States for several surgeries. Doctors removed a large majority of the growth from his face, which has led Zabir to live a much happier life. Julia Vins. Julia is known famously as the muscle Barbie throughout the world because of her appearances on television and in the media. The Russian team is extremely popular in Australia and US. She first went to the gym at the age of 13 to feel more confident. Julia is the envy of many, as she has a beautiful doll-like face and the muscles of a weightlifter. She recently won an international weightlifting championship at the age of just 17, and she plans to achieve far more in the future. Hannah Kritzek. Hannah Kritzek is a teenager born with primordial dwarfism, a very rare condition that only affects around 100 people worldwide. Hannah is only 39 inches tall and weighs under 30 pounds. Hannah apparently looks and even sounds like a small child when she talks, even though she is actually in her late teens. Sadly, primordial dwarfism comes with several health issues, and people often also mistake her for a 5-year-old. Most people with this condition aren't well known for living past their 20s, but despite this fact, Hannah remains positive and dreams of a bright future, and even aspires to be in the entertainment industry one day. Tory Punch. Australian Tory Punch is a 19-year-old teenager that was diagnosed with Proteus syndrome at birth, which is an extremely rare condition that causes abnormal growth in her bones and skin. The condition has caused her legs to grow strangely long and angled, and the bones in her skull to grow upwards and away from her head. Tori also has many painful, benign tumours growing all over her feet, resulting in her being unable to wear shoes. Despite being a teenager, Tori has the mental age of a 7-year-old and is fully confined to a wheelchair. Doctors and medical experts are extremely unsure how her condition will continue to progress. Tori's mum is hoping that by telling her daughter's story to the world, someone can help find a cure. Deepak Jangra. Deepak is another unusual teenager from India. He can tolerate an electrical current of 11,000 volts passing through his body. This is enough electricity to roughly power 500 apartments. Doctors have no explanation as to how and why Deepak can withstand the electrical current, and he remains an unsolved medical mystery. One specialist in London believes his body was hit by lightning as a child and made him a conductor for electrically charged energy. In his hometown in India, he remains a novelty act as he collects money to perform stunts for visitors on the streets. Zara Hartshorn. She is often accused of lying about her age. People believe she is 50, 60, or even older at times. So Zara carries around her birth certificate to prove that she is only 19. Zara suffers from a very rare genetic condition known as lip trophy. This causes her skin to look wrinkled and old. She often gets bullied at school and called names for her condition. Kids at school who didn't know Zara would often think she was actually the teacher. But Zara recently underwent a facelift operation that is helping her to make her look much younger, though she will always look older than her actual age and will probably not live past the age of 30. Fu Wengi. Fu Wengi is a 15-year-old who lives in Beijing, China. Complaining of neck and back aches for many years, he was taken to a hospital when he could no longer stand the pain. Doctors told him that he had something terribly wrong. He has 10 vertebrae in his neck instead of the normal 7. At the age of 6, doctors diagnosed him with scoliosis, but as the years passed, his neck grew exceptionally long. Fortunately, he will soon undergo an unusual operation that will remove the extra 3 vertebrae from his neck. Lola and Claire Hartley. These sisters are 9 and 14 years old, but are as tiny as infants. Their total combined weight is no more than 23 pounds, and their height is 4 feet. The 2 girls were born with a genetic condition known as microcephaly. This disease is characterized by smaller than normal sized heads and brains due to the skull not growing after birth. The condition causes a serious mental handicap, and in the case of Lola and Claire, they also have dwarfism, which makes them look and behave like small children. Though it is genetic and not only the way to acquire the disease, microcephaly is now being linked to the Zika virus, which is carried by mosquitoes. And although it is still being studied, 84% of pregnant women bitten by a mosquito in the Brazil and South America region have had children born with this condition. It is uncommon for anyone born with this disease to live past the age of 15. Well, that's it, my friends. 15 teens you won't believe actually exist. Comment down below what you thought about the video, and also let us know what you would do if you ever got the Zika virus. I can't wait to read all your replies. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed it and share it with all your friends on social media, as it really helps us out when you do so. And you can dislike it if you didn't, because it's always really good to know what you guys like and not like so I can improve in the future. Make sure you subscribe to EatMyClick if you haven't already for even more videos just like this one, and even better. Thank you so much for watching, it really means a lot. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.